Currently I weigh 88 kilograms, and this is my current physique after starting at 120 kilograms. However, the progress wasn't linear. I've actually been down to 70 kilograms. I lost 50 kilograms over the course of 2 years, from 2018 to 2020, but I wasn't actually happy with the result. Regaining that weight was one of the best things I ever did, and I feel one of the happiest I ever have with my body. I think nobody tells you about what the end of a diet's like. After losing such a significant amount of weight, I don't think I can describe quite how I felt with my body. I still wasn't happy. I still felt like I had more weight to lose. I still had a bit of fat around my waist, and I was frustrated with that. I thought, well, I have lost 50 kilograms here, and I'm still not happy with my body. I don't think anyone tells you that you're going to have fear in regaining weight again, and that you're going to feel weak. You're not going to feel happy with where you're at. And I think that's a reality for some people when they reach that point. I think you're also going to be smaller than you expect. I look how lean I was there, and the way I fit into t-shirts, I found it amazing for myself. I could fit into small t-shirts, and wow, that was absolutely great for me. I also felt like, I've always been used to being slightly bigger, but I'd like to be bigger, but with a little bit of muscle. So this is why I regained the weight. I wanted to build that muscle. I wanted to become stronger, I wanted to build my confidence, and I wanted to look somewhat athletic. I didn't want to be bulky, I didn't want to be big, I just wanted to build enough muscle for me to think, okay, I feel like I look pretty good here. That in itself wasn't an easy run. It didn't just happen overnight, I didn't just regain the weight immediately. Although I did in some ways. I went on some failed bulks, I took them way too far, I enjoyed the fact of, I can eat what I want again, and completely threw caution to the wind. But that wasn't the way to do it, and I've learned a lot of lessons now. These were mistakes. I'd bulked far too much, I'd absolutely taken it the wrong way. But at the end of the day, with every mistake you make, you learn a lesson. And those lessons were that building muscle takes time, in the same way as losing that fat took time. That took me 2 years, so I couldn't expect overnight success with building muscle as well. Especially as I feel like building muscle is a much more long, drawn out process, especially to do it without gaining too much fat. If I was to do it differently today, and I would do it differently, I would have regained that weight slowly once I was at 70 kilograms. I would have worked out my maintenance, I would have reset things. I wouldn't have absolutely just gone for it and tried to gain as much weight as possible while going to the gym. I would have slowly built things back in. I would have brought out my calories bit by bit and tried to build muscle without gaining too much fat. But instead, as I say, I went a little bit too far with it. At that point, I wasn't tracking my calories either. I just thought, well, if I eat as much as I can, I'm going to gain it back in muscle. That's completely wrong. As I say, I would have done it completely slowly with a nice surplus. I would have tracked my weight, which I didn't for a lot of it. I just thought, well, I'm building muscle, so it doesn't really matter. And I would have slowly raised that in order to build muscle. I would have progressively overloaded my lifts, and I would have been much more reasonable with it and much more caring with my body. Having said that, am I happier than I've ever been right now? Yes. Although it's taken a little bit of time, and in all honesty, it's taken 6 years from the point of where I was back in 2020, where I was 70 kilograms. It's taken a lot of time to learn exactly how to rebuild things for myself. Lots of failed bulks, lots of periods where I just didn't go to the gym and I didn't really work hard on myself, to now over the last few years really nailing it in. I feel like since about 2023, I've been on it again, and I've used all the lessons that I learned back between 2018 and 2020 to lose the weight, to regain that weight in the healthiest way possible. I have a good relationship with training, I have a good relationship with food. I understand my limits, I understand my calories, and I understand my body better than I ever have before. And I'd say I understand it a lot better than when I'd lost all that weight in the first place. Because when I lost all that weight in the first place, I was more focused on just getting the scales to go down. And if that meant that a day that was completely unhealthy, that I ate practically nothing, on a day that I felt motivated, I'd just do it. But rebuilding muscle, I don't think is quite up to that level. Losing 50 kilograms absolutely changed my life, but gaining it back healthily and with muscle changed it so much more than I ever could have imagined, and for the better. I genuinely feel like the progress that I've made over the past few years is almost better than losing the weight in the first place. I want you to tell me what your goals are. Are you at the stage where you've lost the weight and you're trying to rebuild the muscle? Are you here to lose the weight in the first place?